So I don't think there's any real surprise either that he's joining in once again, because he did training with the Liverpool squad on Saturday as well, but Sunday was very much a recovery day with him, so he wasn't part of that squad in the win over Burnley. And Hugo Ekitike again led the line for Liverpool. But you look at the game time that he's had in the last 3.5 months, just 19 minutes, and that came for Sweden against Kosovo during the international break, of course. And that's after not having really a full, proper pre-season, given how things ended at Newcastle. And you look at the fact as well that in terms of what he's been able to produce on the pitch, you have to go back to the end of last season for his last competitive game. His last start in the Premier League, of course, was the final day for Newcastle in the 1-0 defeat to Everton. His last goal was back on May the 4th, the 89th minute penalty to rescue a point for Newcastle at Brighton. Go back to April the 16th for his last goal from open play as well, in Newcastle's 5-0 win over Crystal Palace. Now, Arne Slot has told us right from the start that it's going to take a bit of time for him to get up to speed. As I mentioned, he was put through that training session with his teammates at the weekend. But Arne Slot has warned as well that if he plays, say, 45 minutes against Atletico Madrid, not to expect him to play 45 minutes or more in the Merseyside derby, as his body is not quite prepared for that yet. So it is very much a case of getting him up to speed at the moment as well. But yeah, he is out there at the moment. He is training with his Liverpool teammates, and I suppose the likelihood is, or perhaps a little bit more likely than it was at the weekend at least, that he could be involved against Atletico Madrid, at least in some capacity.
I thought that was excellent, you know, strengthening from a position of strength, you know, and getting the business done really early. You know, Isak aside, the business was done very early, and I want to touch on that because the business that Liverpool have had been well documented and fantastic, right? Everybody talks about money. Everybody says, oh, they've spent this, they've spent that. Where do you sit in that?
But I can't blame people that they don't see or understand that we also bring money in, because that's so exceptional in England.
Yeah.
Because every club never sells and only buys. So people here in England don't even have an idea that English clubs also sell players. Now maybe Chelsea at the moment is a little exception because of the amount of players they have. But we didn't have a big squad last season, and we did sell and brought players in, and that is such an exception in English football. What I learned from that is not that it's my thing, because the club is more than only me, but what is a better idea to do is keep your squad, add for 200 million, and nobody talks about it.
Of course.
We had a few players left because we thought it was the best for them, and they wanted to leave them as well. Now you're here at the club. If you want to leave and the right club is there, we don't keep you, then we are open to sell you. And then we brought a few players in as well, and I think we've brought, unfortunately, we had to bring one player more in than we were, than what was the plan. Yeah. And that's why our spending was even higher than intended.